my channel. For those of you who are already subscribed, for those of you who are new, welcome. My name is Kiara Selena. I am a practical nurse, and on my channel I mainly talk about nursing, but we also do a bit of beauty, hair, and all of that good stuff. So if you're into that, please make sure you subscribe and turn on your notification bell to not miss another video from me again. I know I haven't posted in the past couple of days except for yesterday or the day before, where I did a quick little live because I wanted to put something out for you guys. I've kind of just been a little bit busy. I'm going to tell you guys why in just a minute. But in today's video, as you guys saw in the title, I want to talk to you guys about how I was able to get 4 job offers in less than a week, honestly, in like 5 days. And I kind of just wanted to be an advocate for LPNs and also an educator about LPNs, because I know that there's a lot of assumptions when it comes to LPNs, where we can work, the things that we can do. And I kind of wanted to be that one person to show you guys that, hey, you don't have to be limited as an LPN if you do your research and if you do the work. And yeah, pretty much basically just educate you guys and talk to you guys about that. If you did not watch my live video a couple days ago, you guys can go check that out if you guys want it. I was kind of just answering questions and updating you guys on my new job. And I'm probably gonna also make a vlog video tomorrow so that you guys can really see exactly what it is that I do. So make sure you subscribe, notification bell, and stay tuned for that, because I will have that out for you guys tomorrow. But I recently chose this new job. Now, I was saying for quite a while that I was just tired of working at the bedside. And some of you guys may say, how are you tired of working at bedside? Like, you've only been a nurse for like, what, it's been 7 months now? Wow, 7 months already. But 7 months isn't really a long time. It really is not. However, you guys also have to remember that I was working as a CNA for 2 years while I was in nursing school, and that was also at the bedside. So I started doing the whole bedside nursing thing once I finished school, and honestly I got tired of it, and it was messing with my money. And let me tell you how. It was messing with my money in the sense that it's easy to get burnt out when you're at bedside, right? And if you go, there's always a shortage, there's never enough staff, and so you're left having to do more work. And imagine if you go to work, you have a horrible day, the nurse that was supposed to be there didn't show up, so now you have more work to do, and you finish your day completely exhausted. Are you gonna wanna come to work tomorrow? Probably not. You're probably gonna call off. Me anyway, I don't like being stressed out. And I was seeing that I was getting stressed out and burnt out way too much. And also another thing that I don't like about bedside nursing is that these nurses kind of form these little cliques, and they tend to get a little bit catty, and things just get real petty real quick. And I didn't like that. I don't like going to work and feeling uncomfortable. I don't like going to work and feeling watched. It's not that what I'm doing is bad or that I don't like doing things the proper way. It's just that a lot of nurses seem to not understand that everybody develops their own techniques and their own ways to do things, right? You could pick one procedure and have 10 different nurses who went to 10 different schools. You can have all those nurses do that same procedure, and they probably they'll all get it done, and all their techniques will probably be right, but they will all do their own, why can't I talk? They'll all add their own little flair, their own little tricks and stuff whenever they're doing that procedure. So the nurses where I work just seem to not really understand that, right? If you don't do things their way, they think you're not doing it right, and then they start reporting you, and then you're at the nurse's office, and then they're not really talking to you. Some of them don't even have the respect to even say hi, and they will make it known that they don't like you. And working in an environment like that, just no. On top of being on my feet all day, on top of all these meds I have to pass, these procedures I have to do, we have a shortage, and then I have to deal with petty nurses too. It was just a no for me. And so I wanted to get out. I always said I wanted to work in these hospitals, you know, I said I wanted to work in emergency and, you know, have all these cool little jobs with the whole adrenaline rush and all of that. And honestly, maybe that will be for me once I become an RN, once I finish my bachelor's and all of that is done. Maybe I'll want to go back into more of a bedside or a hospital type of setting. For now, it's just a no for me, especially because when you are an LPN, I feel like you're very underestimated by the other nurses, especially when you're young. Now, whether you're an RN or an LPN, it doesn't really matter. When you are young, already people don't really have faith in you because they think you don't really know what you're doing. They think you're fresh out of school. And so people always want to be watching what you're doing. People always want to correct you, which is fine. I can take criticism. If I'm doing something wrong, I can take it. But when you're coming to me for every little freaking thing I do, and it's not even because you're correcting me or because what I'm doing is wrong, I'm just not doing things your way. And because you've been a nurse for like 10 years or 20 years or however many years, and I'm fresh, you kind of just want to come and, you know, you have to do things our way, and that's not how we do it. And nursing is so catty. So, how do I get out of this? One, my feet hurt. I'm tired of standing up. Like, I don't want to stand up anymore. I want to sit down for a change. Yes, that's what I want to do. Call me lazy, call me whatever you want. I don't care. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to sit down for once, and I wanted to work in an environment where people aren't hovering over me, trying to correct me with every little thing I do. People aren't always watching me. I don't have to come to work and really speak to anyone or anything like that. That's what I wanted. And you know, when you do your research, people make it seem as though like, no, you can't really get like an office job as an LPN. It really has to be the RN, or yeah, you have to have an RN for that type of job. Or maybe you could get kind of an office job, but you have to be more in a clinic and things like that. But baby, let me tell you, that's not true. Because your girl, yes, I'm a brand new LPN. Yeah, I have nursing experience because in Canada, once you finish nursing school, they actually allow you to practice as what they call a candidate at the practice of nursing. So it basically means you get to work as an LPN and get paid, but there's certain things that you're not allowed to do alone. Like you're not allowed to do blood draws alone. You're not allowed to do IVs alone. There has to be an RN there with you, and kind of, yeah, things like that, right? But you're actually allowed to work and get paid. You don't get paid as much as an LPN does, but you get paid like $19, $20 an hour or whatever until you write your NCLEX. So I was working as a candidate for 6 months because our NCLEX is only offered 3 times a year where I live. And I had missed the deadline by like a couple days. I graduated July 4th, and I had to be done by July 1st in order to write the next exam that was coming up the following month. But since I missed that deadline, I had to wait like 5 months before I could write my NCLEX, which I wrote in December, passed on first try. So technically, I've only been like really licensed for 2 months. I was working as a candidate before. So, only with 2 months of having my license and with only like 7 months of working experience, I was able to get an office job where I now work in kind of like a residence. It's not really a residence. I mean, a lot of the people there are elderly, but there are some just regular adults who live in this huge, beautiful condo. They have everything. They have pool, everything like that. Pool, bowling alley, cinema, like legit cinema. They have everything in there. Restaurants. If you guys have seen my day in the life of a nurse video, I worked in a place that was similar to this place, except that this place is a lot newer and it's 10 times bigger. So whatever. So the people there, they live alone, they are independent or whatever, but they are paying extra to have 24-hour service from nurses just in case of an emergency. So in case anything happens to them, there's always a nurse on site who can come see them, and they pay extra for that. However, since these people live independently, they make their own appointments with their doctors. When they don't feel well, they go to the emergency on their own, unless if they call us, and then we call the emergency or we call the ambulance. But they do everything by themselves. And sometimes they even have small surgeries to do. They go get these surgeries done, and we are completely unaware. So my job is to make myself aware and make the other nurses aware of what it is that they've had done. So basically, when you are an office nurse, because there is a closed unit where there is a nurse there who passes meds and does procedures and stuff like that, but she's on a closed unit for the people who are a little bit more sick or who have like Alzheimer's. For the rest of the units, for the rest of the building, everybody is 100% independent. So one of my jobs, or my main job, is to kind of I think every month there is kind of like an update that happens in their files. So we kind of make an appointment with them. They know the drill. We call them, we ask them, hey, do you want us to come up to your room or do you want to come down to the clinic? Because there's a clinic. You guys want to see what it looks like? Either wait for my video tomorrow, or you guys can go see my live. I showed a bit of the office that I'm in, the office that I have. But they come see me at the clinic downstairs, and I ask them questions, you know, about their health, how they've been feeling, have they had any changes in their medication, doctor's appointments, things like that, if they had any surgeries and whatever. And I basically just keep their files updated. If ever somebody doesn't really feel good, they can also make an appointment with me, come down to the clinic, and we can do like a quick evaluation. There is an RN in the building. I will kind of collect the data, go give that to that one RN. He doesn't ever really do anything. He kind of just trusts us. So we do the assessment, or if somebody comes in with some type of wound, or if I've had a patient who had, she had something done and she had sutures. I removed the sutures, or we do bandaging. Sometimes we do blood draws, whatever. So whatever it is that they need, they come down to us. We do it if we can, and then they get charged. They get charged when they come to see us. But I'm basically in the office almost 100% of the time, unless there's an emergency. Then I get paged on my pager. I go see them. I handle the emergency, and then I get them sent to the hospital, and I go back in the office and I chart that. But I'm in the office, my own locked space. You gotta knock to come in, unless if it's like a day shift or whatever, then the clinic is open and then the door is open so people can kind of come in and just speak to you. But since I work in the evening, I leave the door open for like 2 hours or so, and then once supper is done, everybody's back at their apartment, so I lock the door. I'm in there and I'm doing my own thing. So you can get an office job as an LPN, if that is what you like. And I want people to understand that LPNs are not limited. If you guys haven't seen my video that I did with my nurse friend here on YouTube, Latacia Ann, I'm gonna leave a link down to that before, where she explains how she made $14,000 in one day. $14,000 in one day as an LPN. She opened her own medical beauty spa as an LPN. She did it all by herself. So you are not limited as an LPN. Sorry guys, I just got a phone call, but like I was saying, you are not limited, or you don't have to be limited as an LPN, guys. You really, really don't. Yes, when you compare LPNs to RNs, they probably have a lot more opportunities than we do, which makes sense because they have more schooling. But the opportunities are also there for LPNs. And just to let you guys in on a little secret, most of the jobs, well, 3 out of the 4 jobs that I applied for were jobs they were looking for RNs actually. And I still sent in my application even though I'm an LPN, and they still took the time to see me. And I think once they saw me and, you know, got to know me a little bit, that's kind of what made everything fall into place. But the jobs that I applied for were jobs for RNs. They weren't jobs that I'm not legally able to do as an LPN. I am legally able to do those jobs. It's just that they were looking for an RN and they ended up hiring an LPN. So the jobs are out there, guys. Apply, 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 apply. Even if you think you're not gonna get it, apply anyway. Apply anyway. I actually just got a call back today for like one of my dream jobs. Like one of my dream hospitals called me today for an interview, but I had to decline that because I already have like you know, my fixed days with the job that I'm at. I know that I get my 4 days a week and I'm good with that. I don't want to start going to other places where they're going to put me on the recall list and all this other stuff. I got bills to pay, so that was a no for me. But I applied there in November and they're just calling me back today. So you honestly never know. Even if they don't call you back within 1 week or 2 weeks, that doesn't mean they won't ever call you back. They might still surprise you, you know, a little later on down the line when the time is right and asked to see you. So that's all I wanted to kind of come on here and talk to you guys about. Just a little bit of inspiration for LPNs, LPN students, and people who are kind of struggling between deciding if they want to become an LPN or an RN because of the things they've heard about LPNs. If you think the LPN route is the best route for you, then I suggest you to go that route. If you want to go the RN route, there's nothing wrong with that either. Obviously, you'll have a lot more job opportunity. But if you are doubting the LPN route because you think you're going to be limited, you don't have to be limited if you don't want to. The jobs, they're out there, okay? So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like and share. And if you want to see more content like this, then please subscribe and turn on your notification bell to be notified whenever I post another video. I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye.